Yeah, I'm wearing a denim vest. Do you want to fight about it?
And I'm feeling.
Hello, my lemon babies, and welcome back to the Lemonade Stand, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. We are gathered here today for another episode of me reacting to / critiquing Beachbody workouts while educating you in the process. Today's edition is brought to you pretty much exclusively by the newest Beachbody program, 645, because it is a damn train wreck, in my opinion. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz and some dry sarcasm along the way, you should hit that subscribe button and join the Lemonade Stand. I would love to have you here. Without anything further, let's make lemonade. So these first couple we're going to look at are actually going to be the same person. Like, it's the same day, same Instagram story. They're different workouts. She's actually, I mean, none of this really matters, but just, I guess, for information purposes, she is a elite Beachbody coach. Being elite is pretty much a meaningless title outside of Beachbody. It basically means that her team, aka her downline that has been recruited beneath her, is making a lot of money, and like most MLMs, it's very likely that most of the people closer to the top of the triangle are reaping the benefits of those sales. I happen to know that this particular coach actually does have a professional fitness background because she said it before, and she's told me herself. And the fact that she now does Beachbody is, in my opinion, quite a fall from grace. Also, this is a pink lemonade in a cranberry clementine flavored sparkling water. Both from Trader Joe's. What's funny is the caption, the on-screen text that she has there says, "Worst move ever." And I have to agree. What is this? So they're holding the dumbbell and they're kind of jumping back and forth while swinging the dumbbell on either side of them as they do. That's her husband back there, and he seems like he's really struggling. It looks like his back is not doing great, to be honest. Now, remember that thing that I just mentioned about his back, because it's going to come up again in a minute. I don't have a whole lot of positive things to say about this move. I don't really see the point of it. It's one of those exercises that will definitely get your heart rate up, and it definitely gets some muscles involved, but it has no practical application, and it's just hard for the sake of being hard. So here is an exercise that is not stupid. Here we are in my backyard. Yay! So I'm doing a simple but intense exercise. You do not need any equipment for this, so it's pretty easy to execute. All I'm doing is 2 jump squats, then sitting down into a bodyweight squat, and then I'm just repeating that, kind of shuffling back and forth side to side. This is challenging, but it is simple to do, and it will burn your quads. If I look a little wobbly, it's because I'd actually just done legs right before this. It's high impact, so definitely use caution if you have issues with your knees, hips, or ankles. Okay, so this next one is, like I said, same coach, just a different workout. So to me, this looks like a variation of a kettlebell swing using a dumbbell swing, if you will. But they're going like all the way above their heads. I know traditionally with a kettlebell swing, you're not typically going above your head with it. You're typically just bringing it like up to the front of you. You know, maybe it'll go a little bit higher, but the goal isn't to bring it all the way above your head. So I guess this is like Beachbody's version. I can actually tell that she has really good core strength and stability, but her husband is back there annihilating his back, and she's just kind of letting him. Look at this caption here. Gotta just let Mick do it his way. He's hunched all over. He's rounding out his back, and like you can tell he just doesn't have a lot of core stability. And honestly, that's not a bad thing. A lot of people are in that position. A lot of people don't have great core strength and core stability, and for a lot of us that comes from like sitting at a desk all day. There's things that you can do to build up to that and like develop your core strength and develop your core stability, but you shouldn't just throw yourself in the middle of an open flame. So if you haven't figured it out yet, I do not like this exercise, but if I were to ever demonstrate this exercise, the way she is doing it is actually how I would. The way she's actually doing it, I would actually call that way right. Now, remember before about how I just mentioned something about his back? Later in the same story, she posted something else, and it had this caption on it. It said, "Hard on Mick's back," or hips really, and he's back there kind of, you know, he looks like he's trying to get a stretch in his hips and his back, probably in some pain. Maybe it's hard on his back because he's not doing the workouts right. Maybe it's hard on his back because the workouts overall are stupid. That's just my synopsis. That's just my opinion. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I said she's actually doing this as close to right as I could imagine. So there's not going to be a demo for this one. But my recommendation is to not do this at all, ever. Let's move on. This next one, in my opinion, this is all my opinion. This next one is completely absurd and it is extremely dangerous for the shoulders. So this exercise term I use loosely for this one, in my opinion, is just about the worst thing that anybody could do for their shoulders. Unless, of course, your goal is to completely destroy your rotator cuff in the next 5 years, then have at it. Otherwise, if you want to maintain the use of your shoulders, I would stay away from this one. I have no doubts that this exercise is probably very challenging, but it's another one of those ones that's just hard for the sake of being hard. There's no practical application for it. It's not targeting any specific area of the deltoid. And oh yeah, it's pretty damn dangerous in my opinion. Here's something else. Good God. So because I did this at home, my equipment was limited, so please pretend I'm holding a pair of dumbbells in my hands. Use your imagination. I'm doing a compound exercise where I'm combining a front deltoid raise with a lateral deltoid raise. Key takeaways with shoulder raises, whichever kind you're doing, are to A, not go too heavy, and B, don't lock out your elbows. If you lock out your elbows, you're putting a lot more stress on them, so make sure you maintain a slight bend in your elbow at all times. Also notice here when I'm in my lateral raise, I'm bringing my arms higher than shoulder height. I was not doing this intentionally, but it's not really a bad thing. Just understand that when you do lateral raises like this, they'll feel more challenging because you're also getting your traps involved when you bring your arms higher than shoulder height. I got up briefly to let the boys back in. Does my face still look normal? Here's the next one. So this one to me looks like they're doing a dumbbell snatch. The dumbbell snatch is by no means a bad exercise. It's actually a really good workout if you do it right. The snatch is not something that I would personally have an inexperienced at-home client do. The snatch is really complex, and for a beginner who's never done it, they really should be supervised more than just on a pre-recorded video. I'm assuming they're watching a pre-recorded video, like probably on bot or something like that, or their Beachbody on demand. As for the form, it's honestly not the worst snatch form I've ever seen. That sounded inappropriate, I'm sorry. All I'll say is the girl in the orange top and the white leggings she's not really getting low enough. She's got a little too much hunch in her back and it looks like she's using more of her shoulders to jerk the weight up. Is this one part of a Beachbody program? I'm not positive, but the person who sent it to me, thanks for the person who sent it to me, and also thanks to everybody who sends me stuff. Sorry, I never say that. Thank you to everybody who sends me stuff. If I'm remembering correctly, I think it is part of a newer Beachbody program. But again, I'm not positive. You guys will let me know in the comments. You know what else I can say? I do not have it in me to wear white leggings. She is ballsy, and I am here for it. I can't keep white clean to save my life because I am a child. Here is a safer alternative for you to try at home. So I think this is a first for this series. The exercise I had filmed was a single arm dumbbell overhead squat, a really good alternative that you can do at home. But when I was watching it back to put this in the video, I realized that my form was absolute garbage. Normally if something is like a little bit off with my form, I can get away with just mentioning it to you guys and like give you a heads up, but I couldn't skate by like that this time. I think it's largely due to the fact that, I think I said this before, I had just trained legs right before filming these, so I was physically pretty exhausted. I guess I thought I was doing my best, but looking at the footage now, just I cannot in good conscience show this to you guys. So instead, I found a YouTube video on the channel CrossFit of them demonstrating a single arm overhead dumbbell squat correctly. I can't put the entire video in here, obviously, because of copyright stuff, but I'm going to link it below so you guys can check it out yourselves. This next one is really strange. I guess she's doing a single leg bridge with one arm up and holding a dumbbell, and the extended leg is spinning in circles for some reason. What do you want me to say? This content writes itself. You guys don't even need me half the time. So here's an interesting alternative to whatever that nonsense was. Oh, and if anyone knows what Beachbody program that exercise is from, please let me know because I am genuinely curious. So I'm doing what I call bridge step outs. On top of being challenging for the glutes and quads, this is also really challenging for your entire core, especially your abdominals. It's extremely easy to do and you don't need any equipment. Just lay down with your knees bent and scoot your feet in so your heels are as close to your butt as possible, then press up into a bridge position. While holding your bridge, one leg at a time, step out, tap your heel on the floor in front of you, then return to your bridge. So this last one is a 2-for-1 special. She's actually doing a bunch of workouts, but it's really just one of them that I don't like. And honestly, it's not that bad. I can just think of a safer alternative that I would prefer a client do at home. But in addition to that, we are going to read some on-screen text that she has because she is making some pretty serious and unproven health claims about Shakeology. Big thanks to the person who found this 2-for-1 special. For those of you who don't know, Shakeology is Beachbody's big selling point. It's just a protein shake, but people in Beachbody act like it's Mother Nature's gift to mankind. But in reality, it's just a shake that kind of tastes a little bit like cat litter, in my opinion. Okay, so that was kind of a lot. Let's talk about the workout first. So the one specifically that I like the least is probably the first one where she's kind of doing it's like a dumbbell. She's holding a dumbbell in one hand and she's like alternating between a jump squat and like a reverse lunge. I don't think it's terrible. I just wouldn't add a dumbbell to that, especially not a dumbbell that size because that does look like a pretty heavy dumbbell. She looks kind of wobbly, to be honest. That's all I have to say about that in that specific exercise. The other ones, this next one's a plie squat and she's doing an isometric hold, but then she's also lifting the tip of her toes up. Sure, whatever. And then after that, she's doing like a dumbbell pullover. I think that's a decent alternative to a dumbbell pullover. Like if you don't have a bench at home, it's not that bad. And then she's doing a push-up that is actually not terrible. And then she's doing renegade rows, like a renegade row to a pop-up. Oh, and then she's doing an RDL too. Oh wait, but then hold on. That one went over my head. All right. I mean, I could talk about the workouts all day, but I really want to talk about the captions. The first one, here we go. I said to Tyler as we pulled away today with a whining and exhausted toddler in the back seat, I feel like I have no control over anything other than my workouts anymore. So that first one wasn't really relevant. They're just talking about the woes of having a toddler. Hey, I have a tip for how to manage toddlers. Don't have a toddler. Follow me for more parenting advice. And then the next one, here we go. Here's the meat of it. All the emotions of an amazing family staycation and going back to reality flooded in as I opened my phone and read one of my coach friend's husband has once again dropped his A1C levels through diet and exercise and Shako. That's their cute nickname for Shakeology. Okay. For those of you who don't know, A1C, also sometimes called hemoglobin A1C, is basically your body's average blood glucose level over a certain period of time. A1C is something that's usually measured in people who are diabetics for type 1 and type 2. And also, disclaimer, you know, you guys, I say this all the time, you guys know my background, but I do have to disclose I am not a healthcare professional. I have experience working in diabetes care, I have experience in healthcare, I have a biology background, but I'm still not a healthcare professional. That's just me sharing evidence-based information with you. So that's what A1C is though anyway. And at the very, very bottom, it's in super teeny fine print. She says, disclaimer for legal peeps, results may vary. I don't think she knows what a disclaimer is. A good disclaimer is actually, these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA because, hello, they haven't. And also, how about you throw in, hey, I'm not a healthcare professional and I'm just a freaking Beachbody coach. Disclaimer for legal peeps. What does that even mean? For legal peeps. Disclaimer should be for everyone who's viewing it. I put disclaimer on all my videos. My disclaimers aren't just for a specific group of people. I think I'm being nitpicky. Anyway, and then the next one we have, let me see, diabetes. It's real and it's scary. And he's allergic to the medication, so he can only manage through diet and exercise alone, and he's been able to do it. The fact that she says that he's managing his diabetes through diet and exercise leads me to believe it is probably type 2 diabetes mellitus. Type 2 diabetes is the one that is most often brought on by an unhealthy lifestyle. For most people, it is often helped by improving the diet and increasing physical activity. And sometimes medical intervention is warranted, but everyone's case is different. She wrote that he's allergic to his medication. If he was prescribed, this is me using my thinking, putting on my thinking cap, and just making a lot of speculation and assumptions based on my knowledge. If he was prescribed medication to manage his type 2 diabetes, if he has type 2 diabetes, it was probably metformin. Metformin is one of the first medications that a type 2 diabetic is probably going to be given to help manage their diabetes. I've never heard of anyone being allergic to metformin before, so I wonder if she's like getting that right. Like, I wonder if maybe she's misunderstanding that. To be honest, I mean, it's not impossible though. There's that crazy phenomenon where people can be allergic to water. So I suppose someone can be allergic to metformin. This is the part where all you, my healthcare professionals out there watching this, especially, you know, maybe if you work in diabetes care, let me know. Have you ever seen anybody allergic to metformin? I'm sure it's possible. I wonder how likely it is. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, she said flat out, like right there, his hemoglobin A1C has been improved because of diet and exercise and Shakeology. That's a health claim if I've ever heard one. If this is true, like if his A1C has been lowered, I have no doubt in my mind that it is strictly because he has changed his diet and started an exercise regimen. He probably did all that stuff. He's probably increasing his physical activity, improved his diet a little bit, and he probably does all that and then drinks like 1 or 2 Shakeology shakes a day. But because of the almighty Shakeology gods, his A1C is lowered because of Shakeology. All hail Shakeology. It's like when people join Monate. It's like they never had a hair care routine before they joined Monate, and then they join Monate, and then like they start paying more attention to their hair and like taking better care of their hair, and then their hair starts to look and feel better because they started paying more attention to it, and they have like a hair care regimen now. And then they're all like, it's because of Monate. It's like, no, Karen, it's because you condition your hair more than once a month now. Anyway, I forgot why we were here. Do you guys still want an exercise demo? So this last one is a compound lower body exercise, and it's definitely high impact and challenging, so keep that in mind. I'm just doing a squat to reverse lunge combo. I'm not using any weight, I'm just using body weight, which is what I would recommend for this for sure, especially if you're new. It does take some coordination with figuring out the alternating of your reverse lunge, so start slower. How I'm doing this is I'm doing a jump squat, then stepping back on one leg, returning to my squat position, doing another jump squat, and then on the opposite leg, stepping back and doing another reverse lunge, and then repeat. In conclusion, boy, that was a fun episode. Let's all gather around the campfire and say our weekly mantra. Just because you buy the starter pack doesn't make you a coach. And it certainly does not give you ground to be making the health claims that we saw in that last one. That was ridiculous. If anyone knows this girl personally, please tell her to stop saying crap like that. Seriously, she needs to be reported. I should report that one to the FTC. I gotta find the source for it though. Oh God. Okay, my eyeballs are getting tired and my battery's about to die. So if y'all want to see the dogs, I gotta cut things right here. Thank you so much for watching. If you are still watching, comment denim vest, like, subscribe, shop my merch, check out my website, and check out my exercise guides. And I think that's it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Oh, you're so handsome. He's chilling up here. He's chilling in the room with me where it's cooler because him and Onyx were. Zeus, you just hit your face on the camera. He's laying by the photo of his brother that I have yet to hang up. Look at, there's another picture of them. There's a pic, that's you and your big brother. That's you guys right there. I gotta put that on the wall. Oh, you guys so handsome. Oh, you guys so handsome. The camera's about to die. Zeus. Hey, you guys wanna say hi? Back up. Sit. Sit. Zeus, sit. Don't sass me. Wow, you're really gonna get an attitude with me right now. I told you to sit and you're gonna lay down. Wow. I swear he acts out when he knows people are watching. You guys are so handsome. You guys are my boys. My boys. Oh, my handsome boys. Oh, yes. Oh, my, that's my baby. That's my baby. Yes, I know. Say bye. Say bye, mouth breather.